Hey guys, Cameron here. Today I was going to show you how I do my guy lines on my tents and tarps whenever I go backpacking. I want it to be super simple and super easy, fast, time efficient, all those good things. And this is pretty much the easiest way you can possibly do it. So I've got my tarp here set up, and I'll show you exactly how I attach my guy lines to my stakes and how I stake my stuff out. And also an added bonus to this system is when taking the stake out and getting everything cleaned up. The system works awesome for that. So I will show you on the guy lines themselves. But first I'm going to show you with this larger diameter rope just to make it easy on everybody, get you an up close look, and then we'll zoom in on my tarp and I'll show you how I stake out my tarp. Alright, so this whole system is based on the lark's head knot, which is just a super simple knot. It's basically for people who are lazy and don't want to tie real knots. But the way you tie this knot is you take your guy line here, and here's one end of it, and here is the other end here. So we have both ends, and you'll just find a place in the middle. Now this is the actual middle of this rope, but you could also take it and just turn this down like this. So it's basically just folded in half at any point wherever you need it at, and you take that and you will fold that knot over, reach through and grab your two lines that continue on, and now you have a loop here. It's like a double loop, basically two half hitches. And what I do is grab right there where they all go together, and I will take my stake and slide it through that loop, and then grab the two lines that continue on and pull, and that is your lark's head knot. That's easy. Here's what it looks like from the opposite direction. Super simple knot, and now I can pull on that and it is on there really tight, not coming off. And you can also grab on either one of your long lines, and it's also tightened on there with friction and it won't come off. And I'll run through that for you one more time so you can see that. Super simple. Take our line, fold it in half, turn it over, reach through, and grab these here until you make your loop. Stick your stake through, and then pull. Tighten everything down. That's it. Super simple. And whenever you're ready to take it out, you simply just pull your stake out and your knot is undone. That's it. Super simple. All right, so let's look at it actually staking in a guy line on the tarp. All right, so just for a size comparison, this is what we were using, this diameter line here. You saw it worked great with that. This is my guy lines that I normally use, this size right here. They're a really thin braided line. I got these from Dutchware Gear online, and they work really great. And then these are the size stakes I was showing on the demo while ago up close, and this is what I generally use. This is about as thin of a stake as you can possibly use. It's a titanium shepherd's hook stake, and I use these majority of the time, but I also sometimes use these Easton aluminum stakes, and they're a little bit thicker. Just wanted to show you can use it on all sorts of setups. It's not particular to this one style of stake or guy lines or anything. So I'll show you up close kind of what this looks like. Do the same thing. Take my guy lines here and reach through, grab, and pull it. Now when these are under tension, what I like to do is once I get my loop fairly small, I will grab all the lines together right here. That way they don't try to go either direction. Stick my stake through, let it pull on itself, and then I have my knot here. And like I said, you can pull on that from either side and it won't come out. Now there may be some people that say this method isn't good, it's not strong, not going to hold. I've never had any of my guy lines slip, so it works pretty good for me. So let's show you putting it in the ground, and I'll talk about a few more reasons why I like this setup. All right, so I got my tarp here, got the same titanium shepherd's hook stake, and one thing that's cool about this is just a guy line that's actually lark's headed on my tarp, the way I do all my guy lines, and then I just have a long piece of guy line. There's no other knots on here. It's just a long straight piece of rope, And the cool thing about that is you can put your stake at any point along this. You just need to pull out however much you need, which is cool for me because I go a lot of places with a ton of rocks. But if you're in a place with rocks or roots, you know, sometimes you can't get that perfect spot for your stake. So you just slide down however far you feel like you need to go. And so what I'll do is I'll make my loop there for my lark's head, reach through, grab the other side, pinch so I have my knot, slide my stakes through, tighten it down, and now that stake is on there. And I'm just holding on to the stake. I'm not holding the rope anymore. So I'm able to take that and go ahead and just push it in, and it's in there. But a lot of the times whenever I go to put mine in, I'll start pushing and hit a rock immediately. It's real easy. I just pull it straight back out. My line is straight again, and I might move out a tiny bit. Do the same thing, reach through, curl it over, stick my stake through the loop there, tighten it up, have it again, just holding my stake, and I will pull it out and stick it in wherever you need it at. So that's a pretty cool setup. Now, one more reason that I really like this setup is for whenever I pull my stakes out of the ground. You can see there's a little bit of mud on there. And what's really cool about this lark's head setup is I just take my stake, pull it out. This lark's head pulls all the mud off the stake. It's clean now. You can see how that mud is stuck to my guy line. I just pull it tight, and almost all of it, the big chunks anyway, come right off. And that's an easy way to clean up your stakes so you're not sitting there trying to scrape all the mud off of them. I've found this works out really well for me. Well, there you go, everybody. That's the lark's head knot and my method for staking out my guy lines. Pretty much the method for anybody who wants to do something super simple or just kind of lazy about wanting to set up their guy lines. I definitely highly suggest you always stake out as many guy lines as you have. Yeah, that's just a simple, easy, quick way to do it. Like I said, it's awesome for trying to put a guy line in. Doesn't go in, you just pull it right back out. Your knot's a little further down, and this is awesome for somebody who doesn't really tie knots all that often. So if you're looking for a really simple, easy, lazy man's way to do your stakes and guy lines on your tent or tarp, this is definitely the way to do it. Appreciate you guys following along, and hopefully this tip helped out. See you next time.